in the sky. Hey, hey,
Hey,
hey,
hey, hey.
hey. How is everybody doing? If you ain't got no money, you know what Brady said. Hey, y'all. Hey, we are here. We are back. It's Friday, and on Fridays, we talk about it just like that. How's the chat doing? Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful day. Show us some love in the chat. Ash, before we show love in the chat, how are you doing today?
I am blessed and highly favored of the Lord, and so is Carrie, because after it only took 3 seasons, almost 4 seasons, for her to find a backbone. And I'm not sure she really found it all the way, but I'm grateful for small miracles, and I can't wait to get into this 30-minute episode, Tyra. I cannot wait.
30 minutes are there. The first time was cute. Now you're trying to piss me off. Because why? I've become accustomed to these videos and all of these things, at least, giving us some material to work. The sad thing is that even with it being 30 minutes now, it has an undercut. Like, oh, we were getting so much more with that hour. No, we get just about the same amount of content. So it really doesn't make a difference. But, here we are. Thank you guys for getting in here and showing us some love. Be sure to hit that like button and let us know your thoughts on the episode. Now, I just felt like we couldn't just jump directly into this because this is a monumental situation with the ending. Oh, it looks to be the ending of it all. So we're gonna take a couple of moments with Aiden in the relationship, and then
Oh gosh.
we're gonna share our thoughts. So we're gonna share our thoughts because I just want to know why. I just want to know why. It's okay. Come on.
Carrie and Aiden getting back together. We're going to be waiting for how is Carrie going to hurt him? What's she going to do to fuck it up this time? And so we had a challenge as writers to figure out, like, this has to be on Aiden. Like, this chapter of their relationship, he's got to be more of the flawed one.
What are the chances this would ever happen?
That was a red flag right there.
At the restaurant, I just thought, how great. This feels really great. We're back where we started. But this is where we ended. I mean, that's all bad. It's all in there.
Okay, yes, it's the same place, but we're not in the same place.
There's plenty of room for you and 3 other Virginians you might want to bring up here sometime. I mean, after they've known me for more than a week.
I hope I catch a salmon. It's the only kind of fish I know how to cook.
Prairie.
Hey, you like salmon, Wyatt?
You can't catch salmon here. It's Virginia, not Alaska.
Oh, hey, she was being funny.
It's okay.
Just stop being so rude, Wyatt.
And look at the ceiling height. You'll never hit your head.
This is really something. Okay, you don't have to do that for me.
But I want you to be happy.
I am happy.
I wasn't planning on telling you. Kathy told me I can never hurt you again.
What?
I wasn't planning on telling you.
They're all red flags.
What do you think about that?
Man, I gotta have a talk with her. Are you gonna hurt me? Of course. And I'll hurt you, and we'll mix it up.
You planned on hurting her.
We'll get pissy.
It was your
and
intention.
We'll work it out.
What do you mean you betrayed me?
Back the whole time.
Because we agreed to wait for each other, and I slept with someone else.
Well, I didn't agree to that.
Stuff to one side.
He's a demon.
Carrie, not tonight. I slept with Kathy. How did I wind up the bad guy?
Wow!
Come on now. I need this so fucking much. Move your stuff.
Vile.
Oh God, I need this. Now, I felt that it was important for us to take a little trip, and shout out to the people who saying, yes, never would have made it. I made it on time. Yes, you are right on time. We are just starting. Thank you for joining us. Hit that like button, please. But like, I just could not fathom why the show would put us through this for 3 seasons just to break it off and to hear these writers word it under the guise of, oh, we know that you longtime Sex and the City fans were just waiting. How's Carrie gonna F it up? Because she's the perpetual F up in their dynamic. So yeah, how's she gonna ruin this? So we had to make Aiden the ruin. That was how you mansplain this? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. The progress that we could have made with Carrie's character without Aiden, or at least this could have been done with season one, at least season two. The fact that we drug it to end it. Ashley, I'm gonna come to you. How did you feel after watching this little supercut? What are your overall thoughts of the episode, and why do you feel like the writers went this route with their relationship?
I think, oh God, I think it's what they've been doing with this whole show. I think it's some form of rage bait. And I also think it's like the shock and awe factor, because there was a way to reintroduce a Aiden and have this amicably not work. But what you guys did, and again, I don't know the Aiden from the Sex and the City. I'm not there yet, child. But this Aiden was a menace to society from the day you got there. And I don't think, as far as like plot convenience to ingratiate us to Carrie, it honestly pissed me off more at Carrie. It's not a fact, like, we don't hate Aiden strictly because of because we love Carrie. We hated Aiden because he was just a hateable person in this series, at least in just like that. Like, I literally despise him, and I'm not a fan of ruining a character just to try to ingratiate us to our main. Like that I think that's lazy. I think it was too easy to make him a villain, and we didn't have to do that. But from watching that clip, from the day he entered in that two-piece set, that jacket that buttoned up on both sides, I hated it. He was a walking red flag, and he was literally doing things to torture her. When he's in her closet and pushes her clothes, he's like, ha, gotcha. Even when he busts the windows of Gramercy, it was like, this is where Wyatt got it from. You are a terrible, loathsome creature. His constant boundary pushing. Last night, Tyra, when he told her, oh, you stink, get away from, you gonna put me out of my own bed, ho? I would have fought Aiden. That's the difference. I would have fought Aiden. There's no, I'm working this all out with fear and trembling because I owe it to you, Aiden. Hell, nah. If I cheated on you back then, you probably deserved it. I'm over it, Tyra. This never had to be like this. Like, I could get it, oh, it's familiar. I need my cat wet. Let's do that and let's get him out of there. But this perpetually, like, let's see him abuse her. Because ultimately, in my opinion, that's what it turned out to be. This was a mission for abuse and harm. He wanted to cause Carrie harm. You made me buy the Gramercy and sell my old apartment. I could have been there fine sitting on Big's money, even more of it. Like, Aiden, diabolical, and shame on you writers. Shame, shame, shame. This wasn't necessary.
But you see, even here with Grammys, he's like, you don't have to do this. Not for me. I said, he was fine with the, what was that? The little Airbnb situation that they were doing with Shay, like the little go-between. There was never just a moment where Aiden was okay to move forward with Carrie. And the fact that we pretended all this time, and the fact that the writers sit there and they uttered that out of their mouths, like, you're waiting, like, on pins and needles, when is Carrie going to be the F up? Because it's always her fault. It was like, no, this is Aiden's turn to not only be the F up and the catalyst for this relationship to end, but this felt like revenge. Why do you think we would want that for her? Especially for 3 seasons. Like, 3 seasons is just really, really wild. And I just feel like it's such a missed opportunity for where we, like, this villain edit here. I thought this was so great because it's like, hold on, I'll just play it just one more time, because what are you doing? What are you doing, sir?
Slept with someone else.
Well, I didn't agree to that.
Stuff to one side. Carrie, not tonight. I slept with Kathy. How did I wind up the bad guy? Wow! Come on now. I need this so fucking much.
Oh your stuff. My gosh, that is like horrible. Did you see him lick his hand?
Yes.
I need this so much. Like,
gutter bucket. Oh gosh.
and it's just like, you mean to tell me he's been waiting with this pocket of resentment because whatever I do up until this point is valid because you're the one. I know I can count on you to mess up. And the writers were counting on us to think that also. I don't think a whole lot about Carrie, but I don't think that either. Like, this was sad. And for her to be your main character, I just don't understand how they would decide to treat her in this way. Now, as far as overall thoughts on the episode, the 30 minutes, I don't know why. I'm like, are we trying to get back into the Sex and the City bag that hard? Because we already had this throuple here. They really tried hard to make this a big Aiden Carrie scenario to the point that, oh, it's just so triggering to Aiden because it's a repeat of that all over again. No, you didn't give Duncan any time. But the 30 minutes are just kind of questionable to me. That's just really short from where we were, and I don't know what that means for the story. But starting here, I only thought it would be right to start with her because it was the, main draw of the episode. Actually, how did you feel when we got here, before we get into all the baggage later, because it is in portions, and we just had this sit down because, yeah, I'm trying so hard to catch you or size up Duncan that I'm sitting down here. Like, he felt very much so threatened. He felt jealous. And it's like the suspicion. And I could give Aiden something, a leg to stand on, if Carrie was moving in any way that she did in the past. This is not that. This is not that at all. But the fact that he was so invested in this, it was very strange. But how did you feel about this sit down in the way that he was coming at Duncan and the fact that Duncan kind of entertained it? He was like, you can leave. Duncan, you don't have to. No, I don't have anywhere I need to be. This is fine. Like, I'm going to entertain this. But it was giving Carrie, what you doing with this man? What is his purpose? Because I don't think it's fitting you. But how did you feel about this sit down?
Yeah. And just to respond to somebody in the comments that say it wasn't Aiden's fault. That was the cheating Carrie did on him in the past. I'm saying it was for future crimes because he deserved every bit of everything after the way he's acted in and just like that. I know she was probably wrong in the moment, but damn it, in the future he deserved it. But as far as this conversation is concerned, I mean, again, this just goes into his personality at this point. The person that they've created Aiden to be, and in just like that, is a habitual line stepper who has no respect for Carrie or her boundaries. She pleaded with this man. She asked this man over and over and over again, please leave him alone. Like, there's nothing down there for you. Like, you don't have to have no talk with him. He's literally just a writing partner. And Aiden, from the gallery the night before, when he's interrogating Seema and the gardener and everybody else, it's like your insecurity is screaming, Aiden. And this forced conversation was very odd. I think that Duncan kind of got a kick out of it. He was like, oh, he's doing all this? Like, he's doing all this? Everyone from the outside can see what was going on clearly, except for Carrie in this moment, because of course later in the episode we find that Carrie saw it and was just like, I'll sweep it under the rug. That's what she's been doing this entire time. And I think this scene was just a perfect demonstration of that, because what the hell? Like, girl, you don't have to let him do this. Like, snatch Aiden up and go back up into the halls of Gramercy. Like, we don't have to be doing this. This is your house. This is your property.
There's definitely shade to be had. My issue with Carrie in this moment was when she went to sit with Seema and she's like, I set a clear boundary and he just, passes it and he just doesn't care. He's not respecting.
He never did.
He's never respected any of the boundaries that you've set so far. It's just been you acquiescing to whatever the standard was he set for what he wanted in that month and how long he was going to be away and how much time he was going to align for you and the kids and what was about Aiden and what was about you, which was really nothing. It hasn't been about you for quite some time. But the fact that she thought that they were in some area of, okay, when I say that this, like, Aiden hasn't, respected anything. I just really thought that this was comical how far that they wanted to get back into that big Carrie bag. At least let us explore a relationship with Duncan if you're going to do that. And the fact that we didn't after we had the conversation of, well, I just said, 5 years and we're 5 years, but that didn't mean that I was going to wait for you. We were just whatever. So you sleeping with Kathy means nothing, even though we knew that that wasn't true. But yeah, that left a window opportunity for us to see that we've barely really gotten any chemistry with them. Even when we get here to where it's like, oh, okay, well, fine. You guys are going to work on the writing and the paper. I'm just going to come down to offer these good old steaks or whatever. But I'm really just checking. It's all just giving. I don't trust you. After so long, it really gets ridiculous. And I, for one, I don't really give a damn what Carrie did before. I'm not interested in seeing 60-year-olds pay each other back for what they did in their 30s. Like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Anybody who can watch this and say, "Well, I mean, did you forget how she treated Aiden?"
Oh
Yeah,
no, you're saying it.
I mean, if we're gonna go on those grounds, then we shouldn't even be here. We shouldn't even be here. And if it was a moment where Carrie was moving with Duncan, where it was like, okay, girl, this is really given. This is, but yeah, their relationship hasn't been grounded in trust or evolving enough in 3 seasons for us to feel any like, oh, Carrie, no, if she was to even look at Duncan sideways, she didn't put her lips on this man. Those stakes are not set in their relationship for a very long time, especially this season. It's just been extremely broken. But once we get here and it's like, this is something that we've been doing and are going to continue to do, whether you're here or not, we're here for the stakes and all those good things, but it's going to just take a while. You should probably just, fine. He doesn't cook the steaks. He already had the thing with the smoking. And if you have watched Sex in the City, you know how it is with Carrie, Aiden, and those damn cigarettes. It was a whole obstacle in their relationship. That's why he got all extra about that man and his pipe. But it's like, yeah, oh, you stink. It's like this is very reminiscent of the past and him being triggered, her cheating on him with the cigarette, sneaking off to smoke and sneaking off with Big. And it's just all too much. Get off of me. You stink. That's why his outburst was so damn extra when it shouldn't have been. And clearly, Carrie is hurt and broken because I'm just, writing. I haven't really done anything. And I've been the one making most of the sacrifices for our relationship. For you to get here unannounced and treat me like this isn't cool. How did you feel when he told her, get your stinky ass off of me and go take a shower?
Like you needed to be cut. Because you would never, in the halls of my Gramercy that I paid for with Big's money, would you ever disrespect me in this way? You gonna kick me out of my own bed, Aiden? And then get mad when I'm sleeping in the guest room? Because first of all, I'm not sleeping in the guest room of my own house, sir. There's never a time, if you don't like how I smell, and you don't like these cigars, then kick rocks with open-toe shoes. Like, this infuriated me because it was so disrespectful and there was so much, and it got me to thinking, and maybe it's true. Maybe he's a serial unaliver, undercover, or a DV person because, like, borderline abusive to me. The way he talks to her, don't touch me. When he broke her window, remember, don't touch me. Oh, get away from me. You've hated her this entire time. You really have. And I think this was just that. And I'm glad he did it because I think this was the reality check that she needed. Because again, in the episode, she's telling Seema, but yeah, it's probably just a blip. Like, I'm just going to brush it under the rug and pretend that it's not really happening, like Miranda. And it's just so aggravating. But this would have triggered everything in me in this moment. I probably would have came back and dumped ice on him or done some manner of evil because there's no way you're sleeping peacefully in this bed and you just told me to get out and that I stink. Like, I can't, Tyra.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm late to the party as far as when I first watched Sex in the City, but please leave a comment in the chat and down below if you're catching this on the replay. Were there a sector of the of you in the audience that are just like, yeah, hell yeah, Aiden, it's Roxanne's revenge. She deserves every bit of this. Like, is there a set? I just can't. Like, if we
right now. She's saying,
really?
I loved it. Carrie is a raging narcissist. It was nice for someone to tell her the truth. People on TikTok are saying that this is the thing. Like, she deserves this, every bit of it.
I would love for the raging narcissist to be told the truth by the people that she's wronged in the past seasons. If it was Miranda, I would have been here for it. The fact that it's Aiden, and Aiden has become a mirror of Carrie, being a raging narcissist and gaslighter himself, untrustworthy. Like, he's been all of those things. I can't root for that. Like, if this was old Aiden, I could, but it's not. He's like a shell of him, of his former self, and he's a villain in her this fantasy, this novel. He's a villain. He's like a fire breathing dragon, and I can't root for that. And if we're wanting payback on this woman, 30 years removed from the initial instant, like, come on. I don't know. I don't see yeah, Aiden, like, Aiden hasn't given me anything to root for.
Yeah, and
Ever.
here's the thing. I don't like Carrie. Like, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's not about necessarily his behavior and that the fact that it's Carrie. His behavior to any woman to me is deplorable, let alone even a Carrie. Because honestly, I don't like Carrie either. I feel like she's shown her true colors through all of this, displacing her rage, projecting onto others, still being super selfish. She's still all of those things. I just think he is literally demonic. He is diabolical, and I don't see anything redeeming in him. And again, that would be my take for him interacting with any woman, because this has been awful, awful.
It just feels like like I said, he never trusted Carrie from the beginning, and the groundwork was laid. The date, and well, I can't go in there from the moment that he couldn't return and with good faith even go back up into that apartment, even though we know what all occurred. He was never going to get past this, and I feel like we haven't seen it. And Carrie was making excuses for all the red flags and what she hasn't seen. This is probably outside of that little, which was really rendezvous and cutaways, because I'm here for a week and I got to go back at the Shays. This is like the most time that they've spent together completely uninterrupted. Nobody's calling. There's no son. There's no Kathy. There's no anything, and just be set in who Aiden is. And it didn't have to be Duncan. It could have been anybody. It could have been anybody, anywhere. And so, what are you doing? Well, I said, yeah, he was up. So yeah, please. This just wasn't going to work. And I really wish that whatever this was, we could have dropped it before we got 3 seasons of it, because now it's really really painted Aiden to be an asshole when you know that that's just really not who he is.
And that's my question. For everyone who's watched Sex in the City, was like a faithful member or, member of the fan club, and even you, Tyra, did we need Aiden this long? And because even if it was just fun and a callback to the past for the fans to see him, I'm thinking maybe give him 2-3 episodes max, and we just know this isn't going to work. There's too much bad blood. There's too much water under the bridge. But to have this carry on for almost 2 seasons to me is so ridiculous.
No, I never thought we needed Aiden at all. I really thought we were going to get Aiden for fan service, and it was just going to be like a callback of, oh, this is Carrie kind of leaping back into old shoes in a safe, comfortable place to land. I'm not that Carrie anymore, even removed from Big. I don't need to just fall back into old things because they're comfortable, and I want just, something warm. Let me go and discover who I am. I thought it was going to be Eat, Pray, Love Carrie, and she was going to be, maybe, dating. I never thought that Aiden would be here for this long. I really didn't think he was going to make it beyond season 2, since it looked like he was going to, still be there. But that has been like a weakness of just the franchise and the movies, in my opinion. Aiden just always conveniently shows up. He shows up, back in the show, and they try to rework things. He shows up in the movies, and it's just always, has it always been, was Big a big mistake? And it just makes her question everything. I feel like he's a crutch in the series that we really don't need. And for them to try their hardest to get so far away from Sex in the City and making just like that its own thing, I don't know why we try to retread these old streets. They tried really hard to make this a big Carrie season 4. Oh, they're going to be I thought they were going to be fighting in the mud and throwing a basketball at each other but Duncan and all of that. I just didn't know where we were going with this, because it's all so familiar. But this is beyond fan service. This is character assassination, especially on Aiden's part. So I don't know what the writers wanted to do. But as you heard in the beginning, they thought that we were waiting. This is intentional. He has to be the one to ruin this, because not Carrie. Yeah, but look at what you had to do to him to get him here. This is a missed opportunity. Shout out to the 200 people here. Please hit that like button for us. We love that. Hit that like button. Okay, be cute. Be cute. Don't act like it. But with that being said, and how they try so hard to make Aiden a part of her narrative, Once we get here and it's all, she's mad. They're having their first real argument. And she just storms out because, yeah, I'm not doing this with you. I wouldn't have started out of my own damn place. But, here we are. But he tries to make amends, and we have that sounds like past tense. Are you trusting me, or are you not trusting me now? And it's like, well, yeah, well, pretty much, Carrie, no, I don't trust you. And the same shoe goes on your foot. Are you with the relationship now? Are you still, standing strong for us and us moving forward? Or is that broken? Yeah, I had so much stake in our relationship, and now not so much. And then Carrie decides to purge all the things that she was, okay with. Because I was okay with it. I didn't care. We're fine. Miranda, we're fine. We're 20 years and da 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 da. But no, I dealt with this, and your son and your kid. It's a thing, Aiden. I'm sorry, but it is a thing. It is a thing. And yeah, and you slept with Kathy, and it's an issue now. It's an issue now. That's my main issue with Carrie, is that she waited this long to voice her discomfort, to voice this disillusion of whatever this was. We knew it was never okay. And she wants to say in the same episode that she set boundaries, and you clearly crossed them. Yeah, these little minimal boundaries that you set this past weekend with Duncan, and you leave him alone. There's no need for you to investigate something that's not happening. Even though, you guys, I saw you in the chat saying like she knows that there's some chemistry and some things with Duncan and da da da. Is there? And even whatever it is, if she didn't act on it, she's in the clear for me. But how did you feel about this? And is this really goodbye?
First of all, when I saw her traipsing across the street in those old maiden shoes with that balloon skirt hunched up and knotted on the side, I said, what are we doing here? I said, maybe she's coming here in her old maiden shoes to handle big business, Tyra. And that's what she did, because the old maiden shoes helped her find her voice. So give it up for the old maiden shoes, and Andy Cohen, who didn't sell her any new shoes while she was at the shoe shop. But I never thought this moment was going to happen, Tyra. I literally thought it was going to just get so bad that Aiden was going to break it off, or Wyatt was going to have another fit and he was going to be forced to go back home and stay, and maybe he would just be phased out. I never thought she was going to find the gumption to open her mouth. And it's surprising that this was the thing that did it. This was the thing with Duncan that did it after he had you sleeping in the servants' quarters. This was the thing that did it and had you looking like Little House on the Prairie, riding ATVs to the corner market. But I'm glad it came out. But let's be honest, right? It's always been a thing. Carrie has just been in denial and been a liar this whole time. Every single one of those things that you so markedly called back to him in this episode grinded your gears, I think. And she even kind of mentions it that this was her like damn mea culpa, I guess. Like, this was her penance that she's been paying all this time. Like, I gave you 100% because I wanted it to matter to you, and I wanted to prove that I could be faithful and I could be good and I could be this. Baby, if you couldn't just be that, it was never going to happen. If he was holding that over your head from the beginning and treating you as such from the beginning, he's never going to be in a position to forgive you. What makes me so sad about her character is the fact that we arrive at a certain age and you still don't have any discernment or self-awareness, Buki, or you can't, see the forest for the trees. You're that blinded by Aiden's dad bod. Like, I don't understand. I don't. And I tried to chalk it up to, this was the one that got away for her. She feels regret and she feels shame maybe for how she acted in the past. But that's still not enough to endure abuse. I don't know. I was happy we finally got here. I said, finally, she got a kick in the pants. I think, like I said, I think it was the old maiden shoes, and she came out and she told him the truth finally. But for me, the kicker was Tyra. When he says, well, I need 100%. I don't give a good God darn.
Don't forget 100%.
And I said, if I see a tear strike her face, Carrie, I'm going to slap you. Because I don't give a damn what you need. I want to see what your son needs, ho. Get out of here.
Don't slap her, Ashley. Yeah, that was my thing. and we know, and we knew what it was, and she knows what it is now. There was never a moment here where Aiden took any accountability for where they are currently and who he is now. Aiden is very much, I think he is a jaded man, and he's been extremely jaded because you couldn't tell him in the show that Carrie wasn't in game. I feel like he felt like he settled with Kathy. Those kids, like, yeah, ask Carrie. Yeah, those kids. Best thing I ever did. Huh. Right, Carrie. Like,
No.
lie to yourself. I think he feels like if you would have just been X, Y, and Z and never did that thing, our lives could have been totally different. My life could have been totally different. But since you weren't, it was always supposed to be you, Carrie. It was always supposed to be you. And him over here, up, well, it wasn't. So I went and got with Kathy and I had these boys and but if you would have just da 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 and you didn't treat
No.
me like spit, then it could have, like, you ruined my life. I felt like this is what that was. This is what that was, and you are now still having to pay for ruining what we could have been X amount of years later. Like, I I really wanted more for Carrie in the midst of 3 seasons, but however, this is what they decided to give us. I don't never have to see Aiden again. I'm hoping that this moment on the street was enough closure for them and him not getting his 100%. Excuse me? That's the last thing you have to say to me. Well, I need 100%. Yeah, I needed a whole lot of things from you too, Aiden, and you didn't give me those things. You didn't even try. Better yet, you didn't even care to, because you don't deserve that. When I tried to give you the best of me, and 2000 and 2001, because yeah, that's where we were moved. Even when I'm going for a walk, I thought she was gonna go for a walk and go cheat with Big and go walk and lose his dog where they were going, trying to rehash old stuff. Yeah, you didn't give me what I needed in 2000 and 2001. So yeah, I can't give you what you need now.
And I want people to take note of that, though. That, I think that he's definitely got the pathology of an abuser. And I think even just that part of it, like, if you wouldn't have done this 100 years ago, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. Like, you ruined everything. You know why it's crazy? Because I had him with Kathy, because your womb wasn't available for me. I just think that is just the worst kind of manipulation that you can bring into something, because this whole time you're trying to make her pay. And she's trying to live up to the standard, and it's making her miserable and treat everyone terribly around her. This was just so toxic and so bad. And I don't wish this on anyone. I pray this type of situation never finds anyone here, anyone I know. This level of delusion and toxicity, I don't wish it on anybody. It's awful.
The writers made this Carrie's arc of I'm a better person. Like, instead of us seeing it through new lived experiences, seeing her grow roots within her friendship, like how she
Mm-mm.
treated, you know, we didn't get it that way. They thought, oh, look, you see how hard she's pressing and sticking by Aiden. This is her character growth. And I just didn't. I didn't know that was the route that they were taking up until now, until I heard that message of, oh no, now it's Aiden's turn to mess it up, because we were all waiting on Carrie, because it's typically her. The fact that she didn't mess it up, and the fact that she fought so hard, I tried, I did everything. This is the arc you wanted to give her? Strange choices were made. I'll just say that.
No, because it makes her a fool, and it doesn't ingratiate her to the audience anymore. Like, I don't like Carrie. I still don't like Carrie.
No.
I probably don't like her even more after this. Like, that's not what it did. You just ruined a character. You just ruined Aiden for no reason, really, because I still don't like Carrie.
And then I think it's a disservice to also just assume that everybody who just hopped on the and just like that bandwagon are viewers of Sex in the City. Some people
Mhm.
might, hey, yeah, sure, I want to watch it. It's on. It's something new. I've never seen Sex in the City in my life, but it's a different show. How much do I need to know? Not too much. Let me get into it. You wouldn't know the groundwork for whatever's going on here to even move in this space. You would be looking like, is she a fool? What's wrong with her? Does she have low self-worth and self-esteem? Why is she standing by this man? I don't know. But even with this, because I did want to acknowledge where we end off after this, after she lets him know, yeah, I'm not giving you that 100%. Aiden is hopefully gone. And then we put on our Sunday's best, because Carrie's always going to serve a look. And we go on down to that little whatever. I guess she goes to have dinner with the girls. And I was like, so everything that has been an undertaking from their relationship, the outpours, outcries, the attitude, the misplaced anger, that debris that she threw all on Miranda, we're not even going to acknowledge those things or tread them, because now that this is over and I'm not giving you 100, Carrie doesn't even have to be accountable for how she conducted herself in her friendships. All right, I just wanted to say that. But let's get over here to Seema. Seema is musty. Case closed. Put a stamp on it. She's musty. I did not think that we would roll the armpit deodorant gag over into like 3 episodes. I was like, oh, we're really making this a thing. But since when does Seema have savings? We jumped over that hurdle very, very quickly. All of a sudden this episode, y'all, Seema had a rainy day fund. She had savings. Hey, how would you get this? This is phenomenal. Oh yeah, with the way that the market's set up, and I got it for a steal. I knew she was gonna say like somebody. No, I had savings. Cool. We weren't moving like we did, but if that's what the show said, okay. But we get into this body odor in business meetings. Old Logan Marshall Green, Adam here. Baby, he's spending the night. He got his spend a night bag, as we call it. Having a good time, jumping on the bed all soaking wet. And he is just so enamored with those damn armpits. And girl, I could really just, he got in there again. It's like, I could really get in there if you thought about using, this special bar. It's just like, I guess I could rub a little bit on. But by the time we have this opportunity in this big business meeting, that waiter has really bad BO. It's not the waiter. It's Seema. She has to duck off to go rub deodorant under her pits and utter what we've heard her utter for the past couple episodes. I'm not this woman. I'm not this girl. This isn't me. It feels like she is trying to invalidate whatever this romance is, because I'm not this girl, and who I am, the Seema, I can't be with this type of man. And she's going to be looking for excuses to distance herself, when visually and aesthetically and via these writers and what they spread on our crackers, this is supposed to be the most exuberant, fun, carefree, ooh la la relationship, probably best sex Seema has had in a while. Even though it's not giving that, I know it's not, y'all. I'm just saying what the writers want us to think. This is just all of that. Can I really be with a man who doesn't wear deodorant and puts me in predicaments to where I'm sitting at a business meeting musty? Seema, oh God. The thing is, we don't have to go this route. He could be a whole lot of things, to where we are exploring that he is a different type of man and has other values. But the way we're hovering on this deodorant armpit shtick, it gives it an unseriousness. We could be exploring so many other things, and it's like I've never done this. I've never, kind of how they tried to do with the penny cab and the taxi and the eye patch. It's still comical. I appreciate the comedy, but we can also get serious sometime to explore what's cooking so much for Seema beyond the bedroom, to where she's really entertaining this man, even though they have zero in common, especially with her stakes for dating from what we've seen in the past. They've been so goddamn high. Ashley, she's musty.
Seema's too old to be fun. You too old to be funky like this and not understand how funk works. The way funk works is that if you have built up an odor so much so that it is wafting around, that means that it's taking root. Do you hear me? It's taking root in your clothing. It's in that hot blazer that you had on. And without going in and doing a deep dive and thorough cleaning of said pit, your little cover up of your travel size antiperspirant is not going to do the job, Seema. You're too old for this. You're too old for this. You learned this in high school at the latest. At the latest, you learned this. I hate this. The gardener's a degenerate. He's a pervert, and he's got a fetish for underarm meat, because you mean to tell me that you would rather taste onions and hot peanuts under her arms than you would her deodorant, a fresh smelling situation, and then you kiss her in the mouth after you went tongue deep in said pits. I'm so disgusted by him. It very much gives this is a fetish and this is strictly for sex. I hate it. Then let's get to continuity. We know there's none.
Yeah.
Seema's a brokey. She could not buy into her business that she had been at for 100 years. And now she's got this expansive, large lease space. Y'all sell it to somebody else. I'm not buying it. You can't purchase it. And I honestly hope she loses this deal for being musty because you're too old to be silly. The other thing I want to piggyback on is the meeting that you said that the ladies had at the end of the episode. I want to know from you what you think about Seema getting an official spot at the table. Now she's one of the four, right? It was Miranda, Charlotte. We didn't see She Who Must Not Be Named. So is this our new four? Is she Samantha? Like, is that the idea?
That's the same. And I think I have a slide for it. That always bothers me because we always use Lisa in her connections to bring in the cavalry for a filling party, a function, a business, a meeting, an opening, a grand whatever. But Lisa never has a permanent seat at the table for her to be invited to the get-togethers. That's strange to me. And now, especially since we don't have now nowhere, we're not gonna excommunicado the only colored woman, okay? Have her down at the damn table. And now Seema is a woman of color also, but I just don't understand. Lisa always seems very circumstantial, and if Lisa can bring and do XYZ, then she's invited. But this is
Valuable.
the first time Seema is normally there. Seema, she's always typically there. I was like, oh, but I was
it's just
looking. I was like,
four. It's just the four though, and that's odd to see for me.
it's been the four of them a couple of times. I think it's gone unnoticed because they've been all down in Anthony's little shop, but Lisa is always left out. It wasn't strange for me to see them there. I feel like she's been kind of ingratiated. My thing was the way Carrie walked off. It was very much, regardless of what's happening or not happening with my love life and Aiden, my core, my girls are here. Lisa wasn't there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It seemed like this was going to be the it girls now, the four of them.
But leaving this and, Seema's must, I don't know where we're going with this relationship, but I really wish we do take a moment to have just as many serious conversations and undertones as we do have the comical ones. And I also feel like we use Seema, how she magically has money now, because I think those first two seasons, there were so many complaints about how indulgent their lifestyle was and all the materialistic things and all the Met Galas and these grand things. And all they do is talk about and spend money. And their biggest obstacle is, oh my God, is Carrie's gown going to be finished in time for the Met or the whatever? And it was like, no, we were going to, draw back on some of that and have one of our girls be sat down financially. And we used Seema for that window to me. But we didn't really have her struggle too long because apparently she has some damn savings in the tuck that we knew.
Back.
That's what she said. But
And I think that's what we want this for. We want opulence. They're women of a certain age who've worked their whole lives. We want to see them with a level of wealth and opulence that they carry on with. I hated what they did to Seema, making her a brokey.
Yeah, we could have made it. I think nobody was complaining about the opulent lifestyles. They're all extremely wealthy. The issue was there wasn't much going on to coincide that. It was just that, and we weren't exploring, I think they understood like, oh, well, real life problems to be, oh, we po-fo. No, there are other problems to consider outside of them being financially strapped.
It would have been great for her to be fully in her wealth, fully in her magnificence, and then still deal with the gardener. They would have had their own set of issues. That could have been enough in and of itself. You don't have to do too much. I feel like they're just trying to do too much.
We don't have to do this. Like, no, we have to break her down for Seema to even consider, like, oh, if she was in her usual standing, she wouldn't have looked twice at this gardener. If she had to be down on her luck back against the wind to look Adam's way, okay. Okay. Get away from my son. Get away from my son. Gia and Anthony have they have a dinner, child. They decide to have a dinner and it gets real. I want to care so much. I want to care so much. This could be so entertaining. This really could have been cooking because Anthony gonna be here for a read and Gia's gonna Gia. Wonderful actress. but we didn't really do too much with her. Um, I mean, I don't think any of us expected this dinner to go well. And it was fun, the whole gag of the penis salt and pepper shakers, and you're such and such from down on such and such with your fake accent, and I do actually love your son. I have real intent, even if I'm in my 60s and he's younger. Give me a chance. My issue is we don't care about their relationship either. I need more of him and Giuseppe, and why we would want them to be together, regardless of what the mother thinks. And it's just very, hey, son, when you're ready to come home and forget about all of this and this old man, I'll be there waiting with funds. But I'm going to cut off funds for your lifestyle and all that good stuff as long as you're with him. And I guess maybe, hopefully, we get to explore, because you can't live off being a poet and sitting, in a cafe just waiting to be sought out. What is his lifestyle going to look like? Is he going to have to leave on Anthony more? Or are we going to explore more with their relationship? But this was, cute in the whole. I told you she was trying to kill me and she's picking up the knife, but it didn't give us a leg to stand on because they didn't give their relationship anything outside of Giuseppe running around with his man meat in the front pocket of them damn uniforms. Ashley.
Baby Mama Gia said, I'll turn over everything in this mother effer. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Me and Patty LaPone have issues. I'm still not over Audra. I'll say it every time I say her name, but it's still a travesty to not have this lady singing and you didn't have her over here 3 episodes. But I digress. This was a moment, but you're right. I could give a damn about Giuseppe and Anthony. For me, it always gave, this is some new hot meat after my husband and left me. So that's what I'm going to do. It never gave that there's this deep love and that I just love your son so much. I want to spend whatever time I have left with him. And she's clearly triggered because she married an older man and saw what her life turned into be. And she don't want that for Giuseppe. Giuseppe, go on with your mama, because you're not cutting me off, lady. What'd you say, mama? All right, I'm on my way. Because I can't trust Anthony. Look at him. And not for nothing, and I get New York is expensive, but I thought we had more coin than this. Because why am I eating in your kitchen? Is this the nicest place setting you could lay out for me in these cheap chairs? I'm getting my son. We're going home. I don't want it either, Mama Gia. And give me some excitement. I like the table flip. She said, I'll flip all stuff over. I enjoyed the dramatics of it all. And Anthony looks amazing for 62.
He does. When he kept going up, I was like,
but that's all I cared about, Tyra. Like, damn, I wonder what his skincare regimen is, because I don't care about the
great. I thought it was just me. I was like, Anthony, you look wonderful, honey.
You look good.
Sometimes we forget, because he kept going. You couldn't tell me Anthony wasn't. And on a cute day, because Anthony can give you 40s, honey. But I thought, just for how long that we know, I was like, Anthony's probably like 52, 53. It's like, okay, I'm 60, 62, 63 years old. I won't go beyond that. Fine. I was like, Anthony, you look lovely.
Good.
I just, skin routine aside, hopefully we will. I love y'all in the chat. This happened. Y'all see how y'all. What was this scene? I missed it. It happened, y'all. They make Anthony's storyline so inconsequential. It just doesn't matter. If we would have, explored, and that's what I'm saying when I'm getting into us being fortunate enough to have these longer episodes. They have time to really do something with every single character here, and we just don't utilize the time well to where we can't even stand up like, yeah, you fight for this relationship, Anthony, because it means so much. Y'all didn't explore it. But it would have been cute if she got to sing a song before she left. But we got drama. We got dramatics. I wanted her to flip over this little cardboard table, this card table. But she didn't.
Why do you have her eating on that? And what is this? I was so just, what is this place setting? Anyway.
Well, it was just him. It's just Anthony. He said, I don't need a robust home. I don't have any children. It's just me. But leaving this here, hopefully we get something. Little Miss, I've fallen and I can't get up. Shout out to the 250 people here. Please hit that like button for us if you're having a good time. I've fallen and I can't get up. Give Charlotte a goddamn a life alert button at this point. Put her. Girl, I'm over it. I am so over this dynamic geriatric duo. They want Charlotte and Harry to be old as hell so bad. So bad. Like, it was giving nursing home. I I'm so disappointed every time we take Charlotte nowhere. Why are we here? I really just knew that after season 2, we were going to explore, because you do get to a certain point as a parent to where your children are getting older and they don't need you as much as they once did. And you've quit jobs, you set aside careers, even, maybe your dynamic between husband and wife, because I want to be here for the most impressionable years of my girls. And we know how, y'all know, if y'all seen the movie and the shows, how much Charlotte loved and went through, just becoming a mom, even to, the adoption and all the, like, it was a whole lot. She gave so much of herself. And then it's like, well, okay, now that these kids get on my damn nerves and we're getting to a point where they have their own lives and identities and, college and all these things are coming. Who am I now that, motherhood is maybe less potent as it once was? And I am gearing towards, my 60s, and I'm still, viral, and I'm full of life. And I'm still, in love with my husband. And we still, hey, let me get back into 10 toes, down, running with the art gallery, sharing my wisdom. And yeah, you young girls may think you know one thing, baby. I'm the Charlotte. I've been here. No, no, no.
None of that.
When she fell and Harry's there, his balls are healing, and oh, I just peed without a catheter. Well, where are the girls? They said they were gonna help us today. Oh, get a walker with those 2 damn tennis balls on the back. I don't want this for Charlotte, and they keep doubling down on it. Actually, do something about it.
There's nothing I can do about it, but you're petty. Remember the commercial? I've fallen and I can't get up. You're petty. We're inserting this picture here, but no, I say that in my upload as well, because I don't like the narrative or like the image that just projects for people who are entering their 60s. I don't think it's true. I feel like now more than ever, people who are aging more gracefully, they're the most vivacious people, and they've taken care of themselves up to this point. Like, I'm like, fine, you're going to do what you're going to do with Harry, but what I didn't need is for her to face plant in the floor and him trying to carry his balls. Yeah. I'll get over there, Elizabeth. I'll make it Elizabeth. Like, I hated everything about it. And I'm like, to what end is it? To what end is it? Because ultimately, even at their age, even at 60, they're not old. In the whole scheme of things, these are not elderly or old people, as much as I jest with the ladies on the show. I don't think this is a true depiction. Like, I think things happen, right? Things happen, but I think it's overkill, and I don't like it. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. And I think that's what they were trying to do. Like, oh, she's tipping over, she's falling. I want to know what the doctor said. They said she went to the doctor, but what did they say at the doctor's office? Is it a brain thing? Because get to it.
Because this is pure comedy. This is all funny, and ha ha ha. Charlotte fell. Like, again, Charlotte just fell last episode into some jizz.
It was disgusting. It's not funny. It's not funny.
Sad. And y'all going in on this twin bed is hilarious.
It is a twin bed.
This twin bed. I don't know what they want us to do with this. Like, I would even just love for them to just be exploring how virile and vivacious they are and how much they love each other. Even with, the woes of the cancer, those things can still be there. But if it's just like, whoo, like, we can't do it like we used to do, like we were getting older, that's cool. Those are plausible things. The life alert button is a bit too much for me. Charlotte, please. Because if we're already here, season 3, I don't know how many seasons they're expecting to get. Where are we going with this? What's next? Is she going to be bedridden? Is she going to lose?
I was like,
Big
are they
Mama,
trying
you
to give
are?
her a disease? I was like, are they trying to give her a disease as well? Because this is
Yeah.
very like she can't walk two like, and then she's sitting there at the table that night, so she navigates her way out to eat. But now she's face planning. But wait till
Yeah.
your medicine kicks in. What medicine? What is really going on? I just hate the depiction. Honestly, I could deal with Harry going through whatever. I can't deal with Miranda falling all over herself. I need to understand it.
I just can't like, or even if it uh was one of them were going through like, because typically you will have the man in the relationship be more set in ways and age, and you're like, do we have to, like, we see it in these shows all the time. It's like, babe, let's go, like, we're still young, like, listen. It's just like, we could, if you want to explore older age, we can do it in that way without Charlotte needing a life alert button. That's all I'm saying. But yeah,
I'm glad you put the life alert button on the thing, the little
and
necklace.
I will next time if she falls on the damn floor again. But let's get over here with all the alcohol. I mean, trauma bond ish, because alcohol ish. Let's be in perfect together. Joy is here to stay. Is it sad that I wanted Joy to be triggered and say this is too much for me? I don't want to take this on and leave Miranda.
That's what I was
Just so
hoping
we,
for.
just so
When
we
she
didn't have to share.
what you're telling me is my liquor's gone. All right, so are you. So are you. I don't like to feel bad. This makes me feel bad. I don't want to feel bad. Deuces. That's what I was hoping. The conversation.
Yeah. Okay, it wasn't just me. Cool.
Mm-mm.
I just, I'm, I don't like their relationship. I don't like Joy. Their relationship doesn't bring me any joy. I do like that what I said was true. They were using this alcoholism coming back into fruition, even though we ain't heard or seen a drop of it in quite some time, to bring them closer together. And, Miranda's being vulnerable and sharing some honesty. Hey, I didn't just pour it out in some, no, I actually can't have alcohol in here because I am struggling with a problem. Okay, well, yeah, it's not just you. I sometimes, maybe deal with being low on myself and maybe a little depression and getting sad and down. And that leads me to have a drink. So, yeah, maybe we can meet each other in the middle. But it's not just you bringing something into the relationship that you may think is a bit distasteful or a drag to bring down. I bring my own baggage as well. We have a whole trunk of baggage. Yeah, let's have baggage together. This was growth in the show and in the relationship for them. I just don't like them together. Or Joy. Joy's a wet blanket. I'm sorry. And Miranda doesn't have at least not in this universe, the biggest bang of personality herself.
Mm-mm.
And that's why her situation with Che just kind of gave some interest there, because they were so, totally different sides of the spectrum. They're more of the same in their approach, kind of their attire, the way that they kind of, it's just their facial features. It's just
Well,
very beige, and I just don't know how much growth I want from them and what they could be if I'm not invested yet when they're having growth like this. Ashley.
yeah, I'm not a fan of polite affections, in the words of Jane Austen. I don't like that. I need you to show it. I need there to be, skirts whirling dervishes, you know what I mean, in flights of fancy. That's what I need. And Joy is just a buzzkill. Every time I see her, I'm like, oh bother. She definitely gives Eeyore energy to me, and I just don't like it. And then I wanted to also know, when I watched this scene, I was like, our baggage is a turn on. Like, if we're looking at it from just the friend group, it's very odd to me how Carrie and Miranda are such mirrors of each other, not in
Yes.
every way, but in this idea or notion, like, I want this to be fun and I don't want to be the burden. So I'm just going to sweep this under the rug and I'm just going to take it. We've seen this more from Miranda throughout this series than I ever imagined we would. This just suck it up. Like, Carrie can talk to me crazy. I apologize, Carrie. I'm so sorry. Like with Joy, no, my maid stole it. No, actually, I'm an alcoholic. Well, does that mean you don't want me anymore? It's like this desire, this need to be chosen, to be wanted, to not be alone. When honestly, Miranda is just sitting in the results of her actions. These are your consequences, Buki. And I don't think making Joy sit in on it is going to work out the way she wants. I don't think Joy can offer Miranda the type of love that she's looking for. It's just so far removed. Like, let me finish. Let me finish. I said I don't like feeling bad. That's probably why I drink in the first place. My low self-image. I've got to like, let's put our baggage together. I have an extra room to hold all our trauma and issues. That's not healthy. It's not attractive, especially I hate to say it, at these ages, Aunt Ada. It's not
Aunt Ada.
attractive. I don't need this at all. I hate it, Tyra. I
don't
want Shay back.
know.
Let's make a
And
vote. Bring Shay
please,
back.
please. And you know the show is down bad if we were asking, like, where's Shay? Is Shay busy? Does she have some comedic stylings? After she like went in on Miranda and used their relationship for comedic gain in that stand-up, I was like, oh, good riddance to bad rubbish. We don't need that. Whenever Miranda finds herself in her sexuality and starts her new life, hopefully she finds someone. I was like, oh, is Joy our someone? And where you see Eeyore, I see sadness. Like she's just you know, the little blue sadness that's just like, oh, don't touch anything. You know, Joy's running around like, oh no, don't touch anything. No. And she's like, well, what if I just, you know, touch it? Oh, now it's blue again. Now Riley's sad as hell. Like, why'd you touch him? All the balls are blue. Sadness because you walked around touching stuff, even though Joy tried so hard to keep you away from it. It's very Eeyore. It's like, oh bear, oh darn,
Oh, Father. It
oh
is.
bother, oh poo.
It is. And I get you guys are saying Joy is better than Shay. Joy is established in her career. She's got finance. She's got all that. But Shay brought a different energy. And I think that's what the show needs. We don't need just, you know, oh, okay, let me trudge along. Miranda needed someone who was going to invigorate her as far as who she is as a character, because she's a wet blanket at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
where's
or
Shay?
Naya. Even as a good friend, Naya would have been great to be
Naya was
here.
fun. I like their dynamic together. Where Shay was just over the top and extra, and we were doubling down on it. It felt like a voice for Twitter. Like, what are we doing here? Whose boxes are we trying to check with this character Shay when we're exploring what should be coming natural? It's just not. You guys are trying too hard and doing too much. It's like we went to the other end with Joy, and Joy is a damn NPC. She might as well just be a Sims character just walking around in the background. Like, she's doing nothing. She's doing nothing and she's offering nothing. Even though Shay was doing the most, she offered something to the show, whether you liked it or not, or whether it was cringy or not. It was something. Joy offers nothing at all. But
Yeah.
I just want to make sure it wasn't me, because I was like, why did I want her to leave her here? I wanted her to break her heart, and I was like, that's so sad. That's so sad. But leaving sadness. She's gonna touch Miranda. She's gonna turn blue. We get over here. Lisa for Forever Insignificant. Now we're clearly not gonna go anywhere with Marion. This is just something for Lisa to do. Something to add to her story. Just, you know, something cute to add on. We never give anything to Lisa. Never. Never at all. We just don't. Like, she's just so nothing. We're not going to explore that. So the fact that they use that whole episode before to kind of dangle that, oh, our knees are touching, that isn't going anywhere, and we know that. But Ozempic, and we're still, I swear, she better win a damn Nobel Peace Prize. She better win all the awards, the NAACP, an Oscar. We've been working on this project for quite some time. We've been editing this forever, and I love when they pan the camera over. It's the most basic look. It's the most basic looking doc, but our husband is feeling away. Now we're arguing all of a sudden. We're diet, and I'm a public figure, and I'm running for office, and get these Nutter Butters and this cheese out of here. Oh, shut up and get up on Ozempic like everybody else. And I'm calling, and you're interrupting me, and I'm busy. Why would we give Lisa something to do? Huh? Anything to do. Even if we were just giving her Marion to do, I don't care. Just something to do. It's like we go out of our way to make her the most boring beige of anything. And we have so much of that with our established, beloved Miranda's, Charlotte's. Like, I just don't know. I'm about to put Lisa over there with Anthony. It's just nothing. And you're giving us nothing. And it's going to be a cold day before I want to see her working on this goddamn documentary again. Ashley.
Yeah, you know how I feel about She Who Must Not Be Named. What stood out to me more than her in this episode, of course, was Herbert. Because Herbert, oh God, we went from last night, I want you inside me, you're so hot, like I want you, Herbert, to Herbert being obsessed like a schoolgirl about his weight, like, and still running from comptroller. How long does it take to be a comptroller? It's been 2 years. At
As
this
long as
point,
it takes her to edit this film.
I'm just over it anyway. I don't know what somebody put us in the comments. Somebody smart and knows, Pamela, because I don't know either, sis. What is a comptroller? I just know it's an elected office and he's been running for an eternity. And now he's obsessed with this 1 pound. Herbert is having a midlife crisis. I'm very, very sure of this at this point. And I think if she doesn't end up busting that cootie cat open for Black Charlie Chaplin, then we're going to find out Herbert is having dalliances somewhere else. I need him to do something, because here we came in, season 1, they were trying to be the United Nations, and they said we need somebody of every color, creed, and class to be on the show. We brought her over here. She had a perspective. She had a point of view. I was like, oh, okay, she's going to be Miss Perfect. She'll have an attitude. It'll give like Stepford Wives, but make it black. And I was like, okay, I can deal with that. But then her character kind of took a turn, and then it's just very much subordinate, very much supporting. We gave her a little bit of a thing with Jennifer Lewis and the father's second death this season, but still it's eliciting nothing. Like, I don't think anybody feels for She Who Must Not Be Named, and it's unfortunate. As much as I don't rock with her in general, I think this is a waste of a character, especially when we compare it to a character like Naya that we had for the first 2 seasons, who brought authenticity, who had a genuine storyline, an interesting and different point of view in life that she brought to the group. We're here for dynamics, especially if y'all are going to try to check all the boxes, at least make them interesting boxes. And over here, it's like watching paint dry. And Black Charlie Chaplin with those glasses on the inside, Tyra, get them.
They're prescribed. I and I understand, like, they wanted so much in those first seasons for Lisa to be the wife who was so much about her husband and her children that she beelined her own career goals and just life choices in general. She hasn't allotted a lot of time for what Lisa wants. And we decided to make this her whole entire arc and host it on this doc that is just so uninteresting. If we wanted to do that, like, can we at least have it be something interesting on a level of having Herbert really have to readjust his life and come to terms with she's not there for me in that way anymore. Like, you've changed so much. Like, I needed you. We're like, that isn't even taking precedent in their marriage. That's why we forgot he was running. You still running with, how long does that hasn't even been a staple there for him to feel disenfranchised as a partner or as a husband, unlike before, because any other time, even with the kids, you were at the beck and call, and we could depend on you, and you were super mom. But now, since you're so wrapped up in this doc and you're spending all this time with Marion, like, it's alarming. Like, there's stuff to work with here.
There is. We have room.
And
because how often do we get this presented? This Black nuclear family who's well-to-do. There's even the issue with the mother-in-law. Why can't we dive in and explore those dynamics in, like, the wealthy Black, like we're dealing with in Gilded Age, kind of, but make it modern? I think that's a thing we could talk about. How is she placed in Black environments as this bourgeoisie Black who's, it lives on the Upper East Side? Like, I think that's a nuanced character that we could have gotten into and behind.
You remember when we had the Best Man final chapters and we had Sanaa Lathan's character, and that chef or market man, he was looking oh so good because uh Tay Diggs, Harper, he was gone. He was all about himself and the work and that. And meanwhile, I'm here trying to, and this man is showing me everything that I feel like my husband has never been like. But I'm going to stop it here because the temptation is getting too strong. We could have leaned into all of those, even with Marion. Really, I don't even think, like we said, it would be cute if he had an open marriage.
Yeah.
If it was, an open marriage situation, but we know that it's definitely not that. Um, yeah, there's possibilities here, but we never give her anything, and I mean nothing. But taking
What,
it
2 minutes this
here,
episode? How long were the scenes that she was in this episode? Like 2
they were
minutes, 3
pretty
minutes,
short. They were pretty short. It was enough for her to say Ozempic.
twice.
Get on some Ozempic. Like I just don't know. And I'm like, we're not the sharpest crayons in the box when it comes to writing. And like I said, we were discussing this earlier. Between this sit down, and my girls are always going to be there. Carrie has, to attain for zero accountability moving forward. But how did you feel about this? And that it's like, oh, my girls are here. So everything that she did, and I'm going to say personally to Miranda, it doesn't matter now.
No, it's very interesting because we know that they've changed Miranda from who she was in Sex and the City to over here, because y'all said that she would have never let this ride. How Carrie was behaving with Aiden to how she treated her in the walls of Gramercy, right? But then also we did see a moment, and I didn't like this on Seema's part, but it showed that Seema has the ability to confront Carrie about issues when she felt away when Aiden was coming on their summer girls trip, whatever, or thought he was. It was like, that didn't make me feel good. Like, this is about me, and I'm, so and so. Even though I didn't like it in relation to the friend, I said, oh, Seema's someone who will stand up and voice her grievances or call a thing a thing. Unfortunately, now there's no one in this friend group who's going to call Carrie out on anything, clearly. I think this is indicative of who Miranda has been through all of And Just Like That. Very docile, very passive, it's okay. Like, it's fine. We'll just brush it under the carpet and we'll just move on. I don't want it to be heavy. I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to cause an issue. And I'm scared you won't be my friend. Here's the thing. If I've been friends with you for 20, 30 years, there should be nothing I can say, do, whatever, that puts me in fear of losing this friendship. I would think at this point they would be sisters, and I can tell you hard truths, and I can tell you when you're acting an ass, and I can tell you when you're doing great. But here, I don't feel any of that. That's why, when we first started watching, I was telling you, I don't believe them. I don't believe them as a friend group, because why am I afraid to tell you the truth? That's not any friend I would have, Tyra. It's not.
That's the main thing that has ruined their dynamic for me, is nobody's acting like their real selves. And even Charlotte has a level, even though Charlotte's the one who's in love with love, and she always thought, and oh, it's my prince will come. Charlotte's very much, always going to be that hopeless romantic. There is a level of accountability that Charlotte, offers to the friendship, and things like they typically go there, and we haven't had anybody do that. I'm hoping that this sit down is not the final whatever, and we never have to address how you've been moving as a person and how you treated me, because now Aiden is a non-factor. I'm hoping that this isn't that, but I've learned to lay my hopes by the side with the show, because we wanted to show so much, but that's been an active thing with all 3 seasons. Nobody can say anything bad to Carrie. Nobody can say anything bad to Carrie. I don't know. I don't know what that's for. I don't know. But yeah, we can't, zero accountability, and y'all, Lisa is not at the function because she's busy with her movie, her doc, I guess.
These 10 episodes.
Oh, but leaving this here now. Trow, this trailer. This trailer. First, I was already done with the Lisa situation. because she's moving. And I knew that this is where we're going to go. The moment that we didn't fully explore anything with Marion and we really hadn't had her marriage move or budge because of the dynamic, even shifting in the light of you're never home, I was like, oh, it's going to be these kids. It's going to be, we're going to go the route of you're never here anymore. You're so busy, mom. What about us? I was hoping it was going to be Herbert, because I think that would make the logical sense. But we have, little baby girl in the trailer. Mom, you're never here. It's like, oh, because that's what we need. That's what we need from Lisa. Mom, you're never here. Okay. I have no interest there. I want so much more for Lisa's character. And I do see a lot of people saying, we want it to be messy. Y'all want yet another woman of color, a black woman, the only black woman now in this show to have a tired ass marriage where she's cheating. And no, that's not what I'm saying. And you guys open that door, not us. I'm saying that we need something. Lisa gives nothing, does nothing, and she just exists in the show. And if we got to get that just to have, a good black family nuclear dynamic, it doesn't mean you have to be boring. There can be so many other things to explore, especially with her getting to, I guess, what I wanted from Charlotte, her choosing herself at this moment, and I want to explore my career. Only difference is she still has, what looks to be a very small child. And I always forget how many children they got. Child. They don't do too much of that. But it's, a small daughter and all these other dynamics. And how do I get to the point when I was so present? Is it selfish of me? Because, you deal with that a lot as a parent, feeling selfish when you do choose yourself. We don't even do that with her. There's no depth. Do something with it. Seema's in the trailer again saying, I'm not this woman. I can't date this man. Girl had the nerve to say in this trailer, when Adam fixed his lips to say, yeah, my mom passed away, I think he said from cancer when I was a little boy. She's like, oh, yeah, he has mommy issues. He has trauma. Oh, God, yeah. I can't. I was like, what? That's a window or an avenue you're going to use to say, yeah, I can't be this girl and be with this man. He has baggage and trauma because his wife passed, his
Mom.
His mother passed away when he was a child. Seema, please. What is going on? Shout out to the 180 of you guys here. Please hit that like button for us. Child, Charlotte is having a seance or some type of come to something, a cleanse or something online. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. At least she's upright. At least she's not falling currently on the goddamn floor. We have Carrie exploring, well, hey, Big hat, not Big, child. I miss Big. It's sad that you miss it. It's like, oh, well, Aiden had the nerve on his way out to say that he thought something was going on between myself and Duncan. Well, Carrie is there, and like, oh, it must be running deep. You're showing Duncan your beloved closet and your shoes, Carrie. Clearly, we're going deep with Duncan. Yeah, whatever. And then, Steve's here. Steve's here. Hopefully, his hearing aid is cut up, and he doesn't. Miranda. Yeah, I can't hear. That's my hearing. Yeah, Miranda. Hopefully, his hearing aid is up and he'll be able to hear. I'm glad Steve is here. It seems like he's, I don't know, they're getting something from the son. It's just like, whoa, it's something shocking. We'll see what it is, but I can't say that I'm looking forward to anything the episode has to offer. Ashley, predictions.
Yeah, I don't have too many. Charlotte's willing to try anything and everything, I guess, to figure out what's going on with her. She's like, it's not medical, so it's got to be spiritual. Fix me. Do something. And I mean, whatever. I could care less. With Seema, I think we're going to discover by the end of next episode that Gardner Adam might have a cute coin tucked away. Like, I'd be very, very interested to see if we get actually more of who he is as a person and not just his affinity for licking pits. As far as She Who Must Not Be Named, they alluded to this, I think, whenever she had the miscarriage. And she was like, I sacrificed, so many years, put everything on hold for 9 years to raise the kids. I knew they were going to circle back to that. They didn't put that in there for no reason. So it makes sense. Baby girl is going to be like, you're never here now. I think the issue with it for us landing is that it never gave she was a stay-at-home mom, always there with the kids. When we first meet, she who must not be named, she's a woman about town. She's doing the PTA meetings. She's doing all of that. But we didn't get a ton of time with her and just the family. And if you know those moms, you know a lot of them have nannies and things like that. They're about social engagements, fundraising, things like that. That's all it ever gave. So I guess now we're to believe that she's been there every step of the way, and that's fine. As far as Steve and Miranda, I don't know. Are they? Is a guest who's coming to dinner? Is he meeting Joy for the first time and having this moment?
Nobody needs to meet Joy.
Oh God, I don't know because I really don't care. I don't know what they could be talking about unless it's money. And then as far as Carrie and Duncan, I mean, this is the low hanging fruit that y'all wanted us to go with. So I guess I think it would be exciting and fun if Duncan was like, yeah, no, it was never that. But like, no, that would make me so happy because then I think it would force Carrie to lean into Carrie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what's with this damn show to where Carrie always has to have someone. Like, explore womanhood, explore single, being, carefree and in your older age. Like, let's go. Like, you're still beautiful, you're still visceral, have a sexual appetite, you're still desirable, like you still like to go out, you like to, get all gussied up. Girl, just enjoy your way. I don't know why they feel they need to stick her with someone every single time, especially they're trying to have this growth with Carrie. Like, aha, what is that, Velvet? Aha. Y'all thought she was going to be over there being messy and be the F up in the relationship with Aiden. No. But now that Aiden's gone, she can really explore this the right way with Duncan. Duncan, please tell her no.
That's what I want. That's all I long for. And I mean, as progressive as the showrunners and all of that purport to be, you would think they'd want to decenter men for her. At this point in her life, after everything she's been through, after this toxic relationship with Aiden, why not decenter men at least the rest of this season and get a grip? That would be amazing. But yes, Duncan, please tell her no. Please tell her no.
He's not. The way they said at this table, this episode with that pipe, was like, so you got any kids? Oh God, no. They like, oh, keyword with Carrie. Oh God, no, not kids. Carrie never wanted any kids. He doesn't have any kids. He's already divorced. He doesn't have that type of baggage. He has a cute little accent. They can both smoke and be married. They can both write. Yeah, we're gonna put her with this man. Please let her be alone for 5 damn minutes. Jesus. But y'all, that was the episode. Ashley, anything you want to share with the folks before we...
Don't forget, if you watch Divorce Sisters, we will be right back to talk about the mid-season finale of that. Drop it in the comments if you guys watch Bachelor in Paradise. We're playing around with something. We'll be starting it late, but if that's a thing for you and you like Bachelor in Paradise, drop it in the comments. Also, please be sure to engage with this live on both channels. Make sure you're in the comments after the lives ended and hit the like button, hit the notification, and subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate the support and you guys coming through like you did tonight. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys do not know, if you do not hit that like button and comment, we might as well be blocked. There is a certain sector of YouTube where you just don't get pushed. So if there is something where we can be like this, because there are so many of you active at the same time, please be sure to like and hey, help us out, get some eyes on us. We trying to be synced out here in these YouTube streets. And the best way to do that is to engage in this chat, comment at the end of the video, and also hit that like button and let us know what you thought about our commentary. But as Ashley stated, we will be back immediately for all things Divorce Sisters. Please join us for that. And if not, please have a good night and we will see you guys next time.
Good night.